You're not gaining weight because you turned 50. And it's probably not because your metabolism has suddenly shut down either. That's one of the biggest myths people still believe. Every day, millions of people say the same thing. I used to eat whatever I wanted and stay thin. Now I just look at a piece of bread, and I gain weight. Sound familiar? But if that were really true, then how do you explain people in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s who maintain a healthy weight without following extreme diets? Is age really the problem? Not exactly. Yes, your body changes as you get older. You naturally lose muscle mass. Many people become less active because of knee pain, back pain, or arthritis. Hormones change. All of that is real. But here's what surprises many people. Research consistently shows that the biggest reason most adults gain weight is still the same as it was when they were 30. They're taking in more energy than they're using. And the tricky part is, most people don't even realize it's happening. You've probably heard someone say, "I hardly eat anything." And they may honestly believe it. Maybe they don't eat huge meals. Maybe they even skip breakfast. The problem usually isn't one big meal, it's all the little things that barely seem worth mentioning. A spoonful of mayonnaise. A handful of nuts. A flavored coffee. A few cookies while watching TV. A glass of fruit juice. A couple of candies after dinner. Each one seems harmless. But together, those small extras can quietly add hundreds of calories every single day. Now imagine what that adds up to over a month, or a year, or 10 years. That's why so many people feel like they're gaining weight, for no reason. There is a reason. It's just much easier to miss than most people think. So naturally, the next question is, if extra calories are the problem, does that mean the solution is simply eating as little as possible? This is where many people make an even bigger mistake. They go on strict diets. First they cut out bread. Then potatoes. Then rice. Then fruit. Within a week, food becomes something they constantly think about. A few weeks later, they can't take it anymore. They binge. And then they blame themselves for having no willpower. But willpower usually isn't the problem. Your brain is designed to protect you from starvation. When you dramatically cut calories, your body fights back. Hunger gets stronger. Food becomes harder to ignore. Your cravings increase. That's why so many restrictive diets end exactly the same way. The weight comes back, and often, people gain back even more than they lost. So if starving yourself doesn't work, if counting every calorie forever isn't realistic, and if crash diets usually fail, then what actually works? The answer is surprisingly simple. Instead of constantly trying to eat less, eat foods that naturally help you feel full. This is where some of the most ordinary, inexpensive foods become incredibly powerful. Let's start with one that almost everyone can afford. Beans. They may not sound exciting. You won't see flashy commercials promoting them as a miracle weight loss food, but beans are one of the most filling foods you can eat. Why? Because they're naturally rich in both protein and fiber. That combination slows digestion, helps keep you satisfied longer, and makes it easier to avoid constant snacking between meals. In other words, you're not forcing yourself to eat less. You simply don't feel as hungry. And that's a huge difference. But beans aren't the only surprising food that can help. The next one has been unfairly blamed for weight gain for years. So, let's get back to beans. At first glance, they're nothing special. No flashy marketing. No celebrity endorsements. No promises that you'll lose 20 pounds in a month. And yet, foods like beans often do more for long-term weight loss than the latest miracle product. Why? Because they don't force you to eat less. They help you want to eat less. Thanks to their combination of protein and fiber, beans digest slowly. That means you stay full longer, your blood sugar stays more stable, and you're less likely to start looking for snacks an hour later. Now think about this. If foods like beans can naturally help control your appetite, why are so many people still searching for foods that supposedly burn fat? Because the idea is incredibly appealing. Drink a special tea. Take apple cider vinegar. Add lemon water every morning. Mix cinnamon into your coffee. Buy another supplement. The internet is full of products claiming they'll melt fat while you sleep. But here's the truth. If a food could actually burn away body fat on its own, obesity wouldn't be one of the biggest health challenges in the world. No food melts fat. That's simply not how human biology works. What certain foods can do is make it easier to eat fewer calories without feeling deprived. And that's exactly what successful weight loss looks like. The next food surprises a lot of people: cottage cheese. Many people think of it as something only bodybuilders eat. In reality, it's one of the best foods for healthy aging. Why? Because it's packed with high-quality protein. And after 50, protein becomes more important than ever. Here's something many people don't realize. When you lose weight, you don't just lose body fat. You can also lose muscle. And that's a problem. Muscle helps keep you strong, independent, and physically active. It also burns more energy than fat, even while you're resting. As we age, muscle naturally declines, a process known as sarcopenia. If you lose even more muscle during a crash diet, maintaining your weight becomes even harder. That's why preserving muscle is just as important as losing fat. Protein-rich foods like cottage cheese, Greek yogurt, eggs, fish, beans, lentils, and chicken can all help support muscle when combined with regular physical activity. But now let's talk about one of the most misunderstood foods in the grocery store. Potatoes. Yes, potatoes. For years they've been blamed for weight gain, but potatoes themselves aren't the problem. The real problem is what usually comes with them: French fries. Loaded baked potatoes covered in butter, cheese, sour cream, and bacon. Potato chips. Highly processed potato products. A plain baked or boiled potato is a completely different food. In fact, research has shown that boiled potatoes are among the most filling foods people can eat. That means they can actually help reduce overall calorie intake later in the day. Sometimes it's not the food that's causing the problem. It's how we prepare it. And that brings us to another common mistake. Many people become afraid of carbohydrates. They stop eating fruit, avoid whole grains, skip beans, cut out potatoes completely. At first, it feels like they're making healthy choices. But before long, they notice something else. They're tired. They're constantly thinking about food. And by evening, they're craving sweets. Your body doesn't do well with extremes. It doesn't need perfection. It needs balance. That's one reason why people who maintain a healthy weight for decades rarely follow strict diets. Instead, they build simple habits they can actually live with. The first habit: every meal includes a source of protein. Eggs, fish, Greek yogurt, chicken, beans, lentils, cottage cheese, tofu. Protein helps keep you full and supports healthy muscle as you age. The second habit: half of the plate is vegetables. Vegetables add volume to your meal without adding many calories, making it easier to feel satisfied. And the third habit may be the easiest of all. They don't drink many of their calories. Regular soda, sweet tea, sugary coffee drinks, fruit juices, milkshakes. Many of these beverages contain as much sugar as dessert, but don't leave you feeling full. Simply replacing sugary drinks with water, sparkling water, or unsweetened tea can make a meaningful difference over time. Now you're probably wondering, what about the new weight loss injections everyone is talking about? It's a fair question. Medications such as semaglutide and tirzepatide have helped many people with obesity lose significant amounts of weight. They work by affecting hormones involved in appetite and fullness, making it easier for many people to eat less. But here's what often gets left out of the conversation. These medications aren't meant for everyone. They should only be used under the guidance of a healthcare professional and are typically prescribed for people who meet specific medical criteria. Like all medications, they can cause side effects. And perhaps most importantly, they don't replace healthy habits. Studies have shown that when people stop taking these medications without changing the way they eat or live, weight regain is common. That's because no medication permanently changes your daily routine. Your habits still matter. In fact, they're what determine where you'll be 5, 10, or 20 years from now. So if someone asked me where to start today, my answer wouldn't be complicated. Don't begin with the most restrictive diet. Don't waste money chasing miracle supplements. And don't expect one food to solve everything. Start with 3 simple changes. Make sure every meal contains enough protein. Fill half your plate with vegetables. And move a little more than you did yesterday, even if it's just an extra 20 or 30-minute walk. These habits may sound almost too simple, but they're supported by decades of nutrition research. Healthy weight loss after 50 isn't about finding the perfect diet. It's about building a way of eating you can maintain for the rest of your life. Because your health isn't determined by one perfect day. It's shaped by the small decisions you make every single day. Those decisions don't just affect the number on the scale. They influence your energy, blood sugar, blood pressure, mobility, independence, and quality of life for years to come. If you found this video helpful, Save it so you can come back to it later. Share it with someone who's trying to lose weight after 50. And don't forget to subscribe. Every week, we share simple, practical, science-backed strategies to help you stay healthy, active, and independent for years to come.